Hello, and welcome back to this new video. Today I'm flying the Stiletto, the second interceptor I'm flying in the one kill with every frigate series. And I really enjoyed the Stiletto because it's such a quick ship, and I love speedy ships anyway, so it was really enjoyable to fly this really quick frigate. I think only the Jamiel and the Claw are faster, maybe the Daredevil, I'm not sure about that. The Daredevil just always seems so fast because of the crazy web bonus it gets. But yeah, I really enjoyed flying this ship. And I had a few issues with it because it doesn't have a lot of tank and it doesn't have a lot of DPS. It just has the really good speed advantage, but it was still a lot of fun. And as you can see there on the side, my top kill mark count is 6 on this. I only lost 2 of them while the making of the video, which is quite good considering I lost like 4 or 5 for the Bantam. But yeah, let me show you the fit. There we go. I use double autocannons and a rocket launcher just to maximize the low DPS. Let me just show you with Hail. There we go. Hail 128 DPS, heater that's 150. It's not a lot. Like, it's okay, it's nice, but it's definitely not the best. But yeah, I have Scram, dual web, and an afterburner. 1455 meters per second without overheating. With heat, that goes up to 1911, which is crazy. Like, this is afterburner speed. And when I was a noob and I was flying around the Merlin, I got this speed on MWD. But yeah, that's really nice. Yeah, but the tank is not the best. As you can see, 4150 EHP plus the Ancil armor wrapper, a bit of armor repair rate. But you can't use the armor repair all the time because you really struggle with cap. But yeah, I have 2 T2 Hurricks. And then Ancil, Gyro Stab, damage control. Let me go through the rest of the pit maybe. It costs 31 million in total. And in cargo I have a tracking disruptor. Because for some fights you want to refit from dual web to tracking disruptor, which is also why I have this second purpose scrambler here. Because if you want to switch for the tracking disruptor, let me just show you. Oops, there we go. You also need to switch to Scram, because otherwise you just don't have the CPU. With the compact Scram, you work just fine. And the Stiletto has a nice tackle range bonus, so even with a compact Scram, you can reach out to 10 kilometers heated. But of course, with the T2, second, let me refit that. With the T2, you get 10 kilometers without heat and 12 with heat, which is really great. That's almost web range. So yeah, that's the fit. I'd say we go make the wheel spin and then get into some nice fights. So see you in a bit. Alright, for this first fight, I'm sliding into Catalyst Navy issue. I fought him before, trying to scram kite him, but that didn't work. Because with Null he could still hit me very well. So I thought maybe this time I would try to orbit 500 and see how well the Catalyst would actually track me. Because I know I have a lot of speed on this ship, so I thought, maybe I can get under his guns. So that's why I wanted to fight him again and test that out. I just rush in with the heated afterburner, get into orbit 500. And a few good shots in on him before he can even lock me. Now he has me locked. And now as soon as web hits me, I'm getting slowed down a lot of course. But I still have my promot heated and I keep trying to stay under those guns. You see he misses a lot of shots and gets grazing shots in. Occasionally he still gets a really good volley in, like that grazing shot there, 280. Because the Catalyst Navy issue has such crazy DPS, and still a grazing shot deals extreme amounts of damage. Like here we got 2, 3, one after the other. And I'm already really struggling, losing some hull. I have my wrapper on, and I'm starting to feel the cap pressure because, well, the cap is really not the strongest side of the Stiletto. I have him out of armor though, and bleeding into some hull, but he is also armor wrappings, and so am I, and I can't keep hitting my prop much longer. And I have to take heat off prop, and I also have to deactivate my Ancil, which is unfortunately on auto reload, which really sucks. But yeah, here I try to get out, but he gets a penetrating shot in with that, and I immediately die. So yeah, that was first attempt against the Cat Navy, not very successful, but yeah, GF mate. This next clip is on 200% speed, because it took quite long. I wanted to fight the Step of the issue, and I knew it was kite fit, so I knew I had a chance. Like the standard dual armor wrap, cap injected Step of the issue I can't kill, because I mean I would have to keep him in place for like 15 minutes until he runs out of cap charges in his capacity booster, and then I could finally start killing him. But yeah, like this cat nade I have a chance if I can tackle him. So here I'm just playing around a bit and trying to get him to slingshot. And here he got a bit overconfident. He thought, yeah, he had me, but I managed to get into an orbit where I finish it, and I started defanging his drones. But I made the same stupid mistake again, and I left auto reload on my ancillary, which is super unfortunate because you can see I'm defanging his drones really quickly, and he is slowly grinding through my hull, barely getting through it. And it is really unfortunate because if those 30 seconds of my ancillary armor wrapper running would have given me the chance to kill him, and I'm pretty sure I could have gotten that kill. Unfortunately I didn't get it, but yeah, GF mate. This next clip is me fighting Dog 333 and his Kestrel. I know this is a hard matchup because, well, again, the biggest advantage I have in this ship is speed, and the Kestrel has really good application. As you can see, he's getting really big volleys in there, and he's also shooting Kodari Navy Nova Navy ammo, so he has a lot better application than I expected. Yeah, now that he's hitting my armor, it's going a lot quicker, even though I already have him in half shield and he is shield tanked. So it's a really close DPS race. I finally remembered to track auto reload. This time it's off. And he's almost out of shield now, heading towards armor, but I'm already losing some hull. So it's gonna be a really close fight here. And this just shows that if you fight something that you can't avoid its damage, like drones or missiles, you're gonna have a really hard time in this ship. He is now hitting armor, and his armor is melting really quickly, but I am out of cap and I can't ship anymore, while he is still applying a lot of damage to me. And here I made a bit of a mistake. I think I should have stayed closer and I could have gotten the kill. But I decided to pull range here. I didn't hit him anymore, but he didn't hit me either. Then he warped off before I could decide to get close again. Here you can see me turning around, but I'm not getting there close, well, fast enough, close enough, and there he decides to warp off. It was a really close fight though, and after we both replayed, we agreed to redo that fight and try again, because we both wanted to see how it would play out if we would stay close to each other, and if he didn't burn his guns, because he later told me that he burned his guns in the first fight. And we both learned from the engagement, because I pulled my orbit to 5,500 meters, giving me more speed and still probably also better tracking. But he flew a lot better as well, with just letting me do my thing and conserving his heat on drop mod and guns until I was really low, to make sure he could get me when I was struggling. You can see again pretty much the same scenario. He's in half shield when I have to start repping, but I used a lot less heat on my prop mod to keep it for the end of the fight, and you can see now I'm only starting to heat my AB, and I heat my guns and rockets a lot longer in this fight, because I saw that I had a lot of heat damage left on my guns after the first fight, so I knew maybe I could get him. I think I should have gotten a bit closer here, because you can see I get lots of missing shots with my autocannons. I'm also starting on cap once again. But yeah, I decided to pull range again, see if he would follow me and run straight into my guns while I would regen some cap and get my armor up a bit again. But yeah, you can see I'm just really struggling with the cap here. But I do go closer now, and I keep flying away and flying close to him again to make him follow me and get the good shots with the autocannons in. And that works quite well. As you can see, I'm hitting a lot of the time. And yeah, now it's just that I have terribly low DPS on this ship, so it's still a really close DPS race. But I'm just spamming my rapper now to get every last bit of cap into that rapper. I lost scram again because I pulled range, but this time I decide, no, I'm not going to do that again. I'm going to get close again. And I get scram and web again. And the problem was that he unfortunately burned his guns again. So this is really a crazy close matchup, Kestrel vs Stiletto. I did not expect it to be that close. To be honest, I expected the Kestrel to wreck me faster, but I think my high AB speed really made him struggle with application. And yeah, after a bit more playing at him, I finally managed to take him down. There we go. GF, bye bye Kestrel. Appreciate the 2 1v1s, it was really a fun time. As you can see, I have all the heat on my modules, but I guess the T2 rigs and the Caldera efficiently extended made it that close. Okay, next clip, I decided to get my revenge on the Catalyst Navy issue. This time switching out one of my webs for a tracking disruptor with tracking speed disruption script. So I just tried the same strategy, but this time with the tracking disruptor I should be able and it should be easier to get into those guns. Once again, I can lock him and shoot him a lot already before he has locked me. That's just a huge advantage of flying frigates with the quick locking time. Because he took quite a long time there to lock me, just because destroyers aren't that quick with locking targets. And yeah, now it's just hoping that he won't hit me while I slowly get through his tank. I have my tracking disruptor heated because that increases the effectiveness by I think 5 or 10%. It's quite a lot. But I have to turn off heat now because I want to conserve some in case like he's doing, if he starts hitting me because he may maybe switch just to antimatter. I want to conserve that heat on the mid-lag to keep it for the afterburner to make an emergency escape if I have to. But at the moment I'm quite comfortable here, just in that close orbit, because he's not hitting me at all. And yeah, I didn't even have to use my Ansel once yet, so I'm quite confident. Now I have to use my Rep a bit because he got one more volley in, and another one. I got a bit nervous here because I thought he might have switched to antimatter, which has a lot better tracking. But it was just a bit of luck on his side because now he starts missing me again. But I have to say, this makes me quite nervous. I killed Catalyst Navy issues before, but usually I killed them by staying at range at like 8 or 9 kilometers with an optimal range tracking disruptor and the Orbit 500 stat. I knew it would work because I saw some people post kill mails of winning that fight, but I was still quite nervous doing this for the first time, and it never feels good to get close to Cat Navy. Yeah, now I'm pretty confident that I can take him down without dying, so I just deactivate the UI for a second to get some nice cinematic shots in here of the Catalyst burning from all edges and slowly tearing up, finally exploding. There it goes. I turned the UI back on, sad I didn't catch the explosion of the Catalyst Navy on my camera, but you can see the remains. I love the new Hellfire animation. It's really nice because, oh yeah, by the way, here's the kill mail. He loaded null because he didn't have antimatter. I later told him that he should always carry antimatter, but he already knew that. So next time I might not be able to get him that easily. Yeah, I love the new Hellfire animations on the frigates, well, on all ships. But it's funny because then on the frigates, it makes me frigates on fire for real. Okay, here's another fight. I fight this Crucifier Navy issue, which I'm not sure what to expect because the Stiletto has a tracking bonus, but the Crucifier Navy has a really strong tracking disruptor bonus. As you can see here, my first few volleys miss, and basically just my rockets deal lots of damage. Then my autocannons start hitting, and I was really surprised by this because I'm double tracking disrupted. I can still hit, which is really surprising to me, and that just proves how amazing this ship is with tracking. It's really one of its strong sides. But unfortunately for this pilot, he had double tracking disruptors, so no web, and he had an MWD instead of an afterburner, which allowed me to have full range control and just get under his guns, and he couldn't really do any damage to me because his lasers just couldn't track me. And I talked to this pilot as well later. We had a really nice conversation. He's a nice dude, and I told him a bit which fit should work better, and I also suggested him a better plan with the ammo because he didn't have multi-frequency or Scourge, so I told him he should use those in the future. Okay, next clip. I agreed for a 1v1 against Jin here, and I knew he wasn't a kite retribution, so of course I told him he should set up in the Plex first, because otherwise it would just be super unfair. He slides in, I tackle him, it's done. Because Stiletto, it's a tackler, it will not have a hard time with catching kiters. That's also why I don't have any of those fights in the clip. Nobody wants to slide on a Stiletto in a kiter. But yeah, the other way around, I knew I had to try some kind of slingshot. which explains why I flew away from him at first, just to maybe entice him to fly towards me right away, and like that, maybe get the slingshot right from the bat. But that didn't work quite out, so yeah, now I'm just testing him a bit, flying up and down, seeing how well he notices that I fly 3-dimensional, which he notices really well, and he does the same. So this really is a hard matchup, and well, as you can see, he's untouched, and I'm already repping quite a lot. Can't really do anything, and now he finally starts approaching me a bit, which gives me a first chance at a slingshot. And I get quite close. I get to 16 kilometers, but it was not enough, or 14 even. It was just not enough to get my webs on him. But I knew now that the slingshot was possible if I would keep going. I started double-clicking towards the safe spot, so if he would lose point, I could warp off if I had to. There you can see my 2 spots and the gate. In an emergency, I could warp there. But I was bleeding into hell now, and that gave him a bit of confidence. That cost him this fight, because now you can see from the red vector, he's approaching me a bit too quickly. And I noticed that, saw it, and turned around in an effort to catch him. And he got a little bit too close, and I managed to get double web and scram on him. He did the prop for a cycle, got into that orbit 500, but I'm stupid. And I forgot the auto read it on the Ansel once more. So now I'm in 21% hull, hoping that I can either kill him or outchuck him until my Ansel is reloaded. Because I really don't want to die again, just that stupid mistake of the auto reload. So I'm just orbiting him, hoping that his shots will miss. But at first in this fight I didn't even notice that he was pulse fit, but he was actually pulse laser kiting. So even at close range he has really good tracking, and he later said he thought he could finish me off with multi-frequency. But this just shows once more how amazing the Stiletto is with speed, because I'm just orbiting him at 700 meters per second, and he just can't hit me. But still, I'm quite nervous here, and I'm just spamming that ancillary to hope to get his cycle off as soon as it's done reloading. There it goes. And it's super scary because he gets 1 and 2 more good shots in, just as I get my answer reloaded. So in the end, I managed to live in 13% hull. Now that I have my answer back, I'm pretty confident, because now I have full armor, 13% hull left, but I have all the armor to tank on, and still 4 of my charges on the Ansel, and auto reload off this time, while he's already in deep hull. Although he is repping quite strongly, I'm pretty confident now that I can take him down the rest of the way. And I thought for a second there, oh no, what if he is some cap stable, good armor repper fit? But no, he was not. He was actually just Ansel, so I managed to get him down. And yeah, GF mate, I really appreciate the fight. That was amazing. Crazy fight. Love it. And yeah, that's all the fights I have for you today. A few really good ones in there, especially the one against the Retribution. That's my top 5 from the video, because I really had a great time in that fight, and it was shaking super hard after that fight, because I was really nervous with 30% hull getting into that orbit, and then still hoping that the answer would reload in time. Great fight. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all for the video. If you have any questions, ideas, or concerns, let me know in the comments. And remember that I still have the giveaway up. I keep running that, so put your in-game name in a comment or send it to me in an in-game mail. You will have a chance at winning one of the Media Miasma CCP skins. And yeah, see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.